Hey everyone, how are you doing? I'm here again to show you the news from our Atena PRO update yesterday. Every 19th of the month, we have an update for Atena PRO. Today I am here to show the news and also to introduce the software to those who are not familiar with it. The Atena PRO is a software developed by me, okay? Michael Stefini, I am the one who developed it. I am the one who does the updates and everything else, right? So I will show you first what the Atena PRO is for. Okay. The Atena PRO is software that was developed to assist in the maintenance of video games, right? We have a series of tabs here, which you will soon understand to see what they are for. But what I want to say is that we are already marketing it globally today. So I have sold it to the United States, to Switzerland, to Mexico, to Canada, to Algeria, and to Chile. So there are many people from abroad acquiring this system. In fact, here in Brazil, the vast majority of sales are from Brazil. The largest technical assistance service here in Brazil has already acquired it from us. Why? First, because it greatly speeds up the maintenance process for video games. And second, because they also use it for training new employees. So this helps a lot. It is very educational, and I will show this to you. All right, let's go. The first thing I want to tell you, which is very interesting, is that you should follow me on Instagram. Why? Because I conduct polls there to find out what people need the most. I don't put exactly what I want here, just what I want. I also include a lot of what people ask me for, and I will show this to you. To avoid wasting too much time, I will show you how the Atena PRO works. Then we will go over the news from yesterday's update, September 19th, 2024, okay? If you already have the Atena PRO, you can go ahead and update it, right? So let's go. The Atena PRO opens here in the lower right corner. We have a series of buttons, Y buttons, to make it more intuitive. So the idea is to really become intuitive. Let's start here with our first tab, which is the Store tab. What is the purpose of the Store tab? Well, the name itself says a lot, right? We have, for example, a partnership with Snowdog. Snowdog is a high-performance brand of thermal paste and thermal compound. It competes with the best brands in the world. And why is it interesting for you to buy your Snowdog product here through Atena PRO? Because, for example, you come up here on the image, click once, and you will be automatically directed to the official Snowdog website, okay? So here is the official store. There's no risk of scams, right? Official store. And when you go to buy your product, you go to the checkout to pay. You can apply the coupon Athena10, right? Everything in uppercase, and 10 is a number, okay? So Athena10, all in uppercase, and you get a 10% discount on the product you are going to buy. I don't earn anything from this coupon, okay? Usually, some influencer earns a percentage from it, right? I don't earn anything, okay? But it's important that you get this discount, all right. We also have it here in the store, right? This is my high-performance course in video game maintenance, which is the Hardware Pro. It is a more expensive content, okay? Why? Because it is content for a few people. And it doesn't help for me to create and launch content, sell it to 1,000 people, and then not be able to provide support. So the focus of this content, right, is high audiovisual quality with a backbone in diagnostics, and that I can provide quality support. So I created a support structure for this content here, okay? It's our MKS radio, which operates through Discord. All right. So every day at 8 p.m. from Monday to Friday, of course, I go live to answer people's questions, except for a few days when I can't join. Yesterday, for example, I couldn't go live because I was working here on the update of the Atena PRO. So there are some days when I don't open it for a compelling reason because I am working on something else here. But as a rule, our idea is to meet every day at 8 p.m. Additionally, on Discord, we also have the possibility to send messages, images, videos, and I can respond there. And those who participate in Hardware Pro also have contact with my personal WhatsApp. So the idea of this content is precisely to have this closeness, which is why it is a bit more expensive. Another new item we have here for pre-sale is maintenance content for controllers, Okay, in the pre-sale, this course will be officially launched here between the 22nd and 25th. Now it's the 9th, okay, of this month. But it's already here as a pre-sale, right? So in the pre-sale, it has this special price of 99 bawas. Oh, Macon, or 99 bawa. Yes, or 99 bawa. 99 bawa. Oh, Macon, or 99 bawa is a 99 bawa, right? The maintenance of an Xbox Series S controller, for example, is around 250. So there you see how affordable the service is. And here, in the same way, you click on the image and you are directed here. You can go to the cart, purchase, and secure your spot at a special pre-sale price, which is our interest. Okay, so after it is released, this content will increase in price a little bit, but for those who buy in the pre-sale, right? So there is always this benefit of having a discount. We have the banner here for Estefine Brazil, where we sell some parts. We will have the banner here too. Other banners here. Why? I have the Hardware Pro here, which is a high-performance course, but it has a higher price. And I am going to launch for you a basic course and an intermediate course, which will be offered at a more affordable price. Okay, so for those who want to start a little slower, right? So I am doing this part as well. There won't be a banner here at first, but you will find the form to sign up if you want this more basic intermediate course, right? To get started, I will put the form on Instagram. So I put the form there. You fill out the form. Then, if I'm interested and you're interested, I will get in touch with you. I don't work with sponsored ads here, okay? So I just put the form out there, and the people who want to sign up, fill it out, and then I get in touch and we speed everything up, right? In the next few days, I will show you all. So that's the store tab, and another very important thing about the store tab is our download button here. As I mentioned to you, we have an update for Atena Pro every 19th. So every 19th, you can open the store tab, come here to the download button, and download the update. Alright, so you don't need to keep asking anyone for the link. You can come here and download it automatically. Alright, so that's what we have here in our store tabby. Next, we have our Atena Pro Assistant tab. This is spectacular. Why? I will show you. I will select a device here, Xbox Slim Corona for example. I will click OK. Here he asks me to select the symptom of the equipment. What is the symptom? It doesn't turn on. It turns on and off. Red light, right? I'll select the red light here, which is the most common one, right? I click on Let's Go, and it will ask me for the secondary error code here. Every Xbox 360 with the red light gives you a secondary error code. I'll give an example here. I'll enter 0031 and click OK. And this is where the magic happens. You notice that on the right side here, I have the graphical part. And on the left side, I have the explanation of why this error occurs and how we resolve it. Why do I have a highlighted area here? Because this is the region we will work on to resolve error 0031 as well as error 0003. In other words, you can forget about the rest of the board that is opaque here, that is dull. You don't need to touch the chipset. You don't need to touch the NAND. You don't need to touch the processor. You don't need to touch the standby line. It is in this area that you will work to resolve error 0031 or error 003. So for those who don't have a good understanding and take a whole board, it becomes very difficult to find the defect. Now, if you are directed to the location of the board, it becomes much faster and much more efficient. So that is why it is very important. Here is an example of an Xbox 360, the Corona board, but we have several devices here, right? That guides you to the location of the board. I'll go through this quickly so we don't make the video too long. Our next tab here is our schematics tab, and here we have all the schematics that are available on the market. I emphasize that, okay, the ones that are available on the market, right? All the schematics that we have available on the market are here. Some don't have it. Look here. The PlayStation 4, for example, doesn't have it. Why? It's very difficult to leak an electrical schematic from Sony. It's very difficult, and we depend on a leak. The electrical diagram, right? This is the company's property, so we only have access if it leaks. Here, I'll give you an example. If I click on PlayStation 3, it opens the first page for me, and many people are like, oh my god, but there's only the first page. No, this schematics tab is entirely controlled by the mouse. So if I right click, it will go to the next page. If I click the left button, it goes back. I am recording this video on a laptop, so I don't have the mouse here. Right. But on the mouse, on the scroll, that little wheel on the mouse, if you give it a little click forward, you increase the zoom, right? So it has this zoom capability as well for you to see better, right? A little click forward, just a little click, okay? It's not a scroll forward. A little click forward increases the zoom. A little click backward decreases the zoom, right? The right mouse button goes to the next page. And the left mouse button returns to the previous page. This is how the schematics tab works. This is very powerful. The electrical diagram is very powerful for anyone working with any electronic equipment. Moving on to our next tab, which is exceptional. This is truly exceptional because here we have the mapped voltages of the equipment. And here it is very interesting. I will start. We have a series of equipment, including PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 Pro, but I will start with our new update, which is the Xbox Series S, which was highly requested by people. And since it was much requested on Instagram, we have included the Xbox Series S here. I will click here on standby, and it will open the board for me with the mapped voltages. Look how educational it is. I have the voltages here related to the colors. So for example, the dark blue here, I need to have 3.3 V. Here is the coil. You can easily identify where the 3.3 V coil is. If I don't have this voltage, you will make a comparison with your board. If your board doesn't have the 3.3, you already know automatically who generates this 3.3 voltage. It's right here, the 3.3 regulator, okay? And here we have two possibilities. You can replace this regulator with another one like the original, or you can adapt another 3.3 regulator here, returning the voltage and making the equipment turn on. Ah, Michael, but what I don't have here is the 5 volts. Well, 5 volts is related to the red wire, and where is the 5 volt coil? Here is the 5V coil, who generates the 5V. Right next to it is the 5V regulator. So, you can see how it becomes very educational, very interesting. I can rotate it. I have the back of the board as well, so I don't just have the front side, I also have the back side. But here I have the standby extensions. If I click on power on, the power on extensions already appear. So this speeds things up a lot. Here I already have the power on extensions. Just look at the memories. The equipment's memories are powered by 1.3 volts. Here it is. Where does this 1.3 volts come from? From here. See? So, you already know where each voltage comes from. Voltage of GFX core, CPU core, NB core, and memory voltage. So you know where these voltages come from, and that is very important. But this image here is too small for me to see. No problem. Notice that I have sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, sector 4. Imagine this image cut into 4. The image you are seeing here is a 4K image. If I click here on sector 1, it is enlarged for me and still maintains a full HD resolution of 1920 x 1080, which means the image is very good. Sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, sector 4. If I click this button, I have the entire image again. Look, I am recording here on a notebook. Imagine this software connected to a 32-inch TV. You connect it to your computer or notebook that has an HDMI output and connect it to a 32-inch TV. It becomes very large. Exceptional, right? I have students who even connected to 40-inch and 42-inch TVs, and it becomes gigantic, right? So this part is very interesting because I have a series of equipment. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S. Now I am working on the X. It is quite tricky to map because it is practically a stuffed cookie. For those who have opened it, you know it separates into 2 boards, so it is quite difficult to do the mapping, but if we have to do it, we have to do it, right? Do you notice that I have the Xbox 360 with the Jasper motherboard here? This was also a request from people via Instagram. So I post polls on Instagram about what people need, and based on that, I incorporate it here into Atena PRO. This is really cool because it becomes a development together with what you all need. So I don't just include what I want, I also include what you need, right? This here is the tab for mapped voltages, and look at the number of devices we have. right? The PlayStation 4 Pro, which was highly requested and also asked for on Instagram, so it's noticeable. It's really interesting for you to follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description of this video, and I'll also provide the official website for you to buy Atena Pro, as well as my Instagram. It is very important for you to participate on Instagram because you can take part in these polls and choose what you need the most. But I don't have Instagram. My generation, I am already 40 years old, does not use Instagram much. But I advise you to create an account. It's free, just create it. To at least give your opinion on what you need. This is very important. So you will request there your opinion. Will also be counted for us to wrap things up here, right? We have our utilities tab, which is also quite interesting because I will take one here, for example, an RSX. RSX is the graphics processor of the PlayStation 3. I click on it, and here I have the test points for you to test the processor outside of the board. So many times you will remove a processor from the board, but you want to know if it was not damaged at the moment you applied heat. So you can open this utilities tab and make the measurement points to see if it is good for you to proceed with the work to avoid the risk of putting a faulty component on the board. Let's take another one here, for example, an APU processor from the Xbox One. I click here on Let's Go. Look at the amount of measurement points I have. Here I have measurement points for GFX core, CPU core, memory, and NB core. So I can test it. You notice that I have the approximate values here on the side, and you will test with your multimeter to see if the component is good. Before you spend a sphere to sphere it and put it on the board, maybe there's a component that isn't good. So you save yourself some work, right? You use less input. Save work, gain time, right? And that's how it works. Let's take a PS4 PU here. The same thing. GFX core, CPU core, memory, NB core. So we have all these measurement points that are much more complete than what we find on the internet, right? This is really interesting. Here we also have other things, right? Disabling CISD is a utility, right? So here, for example, if you don't have the CISD to solder on an Xbox One X, you have a scheme here that allows it to work without the CISD, right? It's quite interesting. So we include all this kind of thing. KSB of Xbox 360 Type 7. So here we also have the measurement points to know if it is good, right? Before you put it on a board. This is quite interesting, especially if you are taking it from scrap, right? With the KSB, you can make these measurement points. Before spending resources there, right? Before wasting time and using supplies, right? So that's why it's very interesting. Guys, this is the Atena Pro so far. The news from yesterday's update was the addition of the Xbox Series S motherboard mapping content, which was highly requested. Follow me on Instagram. It's in the description for you to participate in what will be included in the next versions on the 19th, okay? And for those of you who still don't have Atena Pro, the official website where you can purchase it is also in the description. On the official site, it is sold via PayPal, okay? So the payment is made through PayPal. Why PayPal? Because PayPal reaches the entire world, and since we sell to other countries, I need it to be via PayPal. For example, I can't use Mercado Pago, right? Or PagSeguro, right? I can't serve the whole world, so there it's via PayPal. Michael, I don't have a PayPal account. If you don't want to create a PayPal account, you can go to the official website. There's a little WhatsApp icon there. You can click on the WhatsApp icon, get in touch with me, and we'll figure something out, okay? You can do it via Pix. We'll find a way. All right. We can do it. All right. So, if you can have a PayPal account, you can purchase via PayPal, usually directly through the website, and you will receive it at the email. You register there at the time of purchase, right? And that same email will be your login access in the system. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. I showed you what Atena Pro is, the update that was released yesterday, which gave me quite a bit of work. I worked late into the night and got pretty tired. But that's how life works, right? So, follow me on Instagram to share your opinion on what is most necessary, okay? And there's also the link in the description of this video, the link to the official Atena Pro website for you to make your purchase right. Thank you very much to all of you, and see you soon. Thanks. Bye bye.